The main mission of the Lions Foundation of Arizona is to assist individuals with disabilities, helping them to be more independent and live fulfilling lives. Through the property of the Lions of Arizona, we provide a location in Phoenix.
Whoops. Sorry, Eddie, that was my mistake. Unmute yourself.
Where do
You're
I go
back.
to the next? I'm sorry?
I was muting me and I muted you by accident. Just keep going. That was my mistake.
Thanks a lot, Brian. So through the facilities that are owned by the Lions of Arizona, we have a location in Phoenix, and it is centrally located. And in that area, we have tenants that are nonprofit or profit organizations that provide low costs to the community individuals. And what they provide is guidance to help all the individuals that need help, whether it be, for instance, Arizona Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired provides a facility where the individuals can learn how to be independent as far as doing their laundry, fixing their bed, making their own meals, that type of help. They also do ceramics, they do woodwork, they do their pottery. And with the woodwork and the pottery of the items that they make, they sell around Christmas time. I know a lot of gifts of the pens they make out of wood have been given as gift to district governors and other individuals. So it's very fascinating. And this facility has been used before for conventions. So some of the Lions have been able to get a tour of this facility, and I definitely suggest that. So that is one of our tenants and that we have. We also, everybody knows the Arizona Lions Vision and Hearing Foundation. They provide spot machines and eyeglasses, eye exams, cataract surgeries. So that is one other tenant that helps the community. Going back to Arizona Center for the Blind, they have added hearing impaired to their location. So now they not only help the visually impaired, but also the hearing. You will also see around the property individuals training with white cane to cross the street, to walk through the 3.6 acres that we have there. We also have a heated 5,200 square foot building, heated pool, and this is a therapy pool that helps infants to the age of 21. The reason for the heated pool is it works better on their muscles as far as when they go through therapy. And this is only for infants up to 21. They provide those services to individuals of low income as well. And we also have the congregations. We have two congregations that provide a spiritual, they give water, food to the individuals that need help. We also have a chiropractic service of two doctors that work in one of our buildings as well. The other building we have is Al-Anon, and they provide counseling for families that deal with alcoholism. They provide counseling and guidance as to how to overcome those obstacles. The other facility we have is called We Care Behavioral Services. And what they do is they help individuals that have behavioral problems, from teenage, children, adults. They provide them counseling, guidance as to just everyday living, and different resources, try to find work. And what they do is they each day provide them a get together and then brochures where they can get training. And a lot of them, they do have a van that brings them back and forth to the facility. So it's pretty amazing of what they actually do. One of their biggest clients, they work with the 13 tribes that are around our area. There's numerous native tribes, but they work with 13 of them. So that is the gist of the Phoenix location as far as the tenants. Like I said, it's below cost of rental. But another thing is we have the facility, which is the Tucson location, and that is our elderly 36 apartment complex. It's for low cost HUD division, and it's 36 units. The rent that the tenants pay depends on what revenue income they get versus their expenses. So it varies. One can pay 200, one can pay 100. It provides them utilities. We have activities for them. Right now with COVID, everything has been put to a halt. But those 36 units, 2 of them are disabled units for people that are in disabilities on a wheelchair. We only have 2 units that provide that. But they have a backyard that they can have picnic area, ramada, get-togethers. We have individuals that come and speak about insurance, any scams, to be aware of. We try to keep them busy. We are their family, and our tenants don't leave. They like to stay there, and they're happy. And we have a waiting list about a year or 2 to get in. So that gives you the gist of how happy they are. And we have 2 main Lions clubs that I think always in the Tucson area, and that is the Tucson Breakfast Club and the Tucson Downtown's Lions Club. They continuously make sure that the tenants have a holiday bags, make cookies for them, have a cookie get together, deliver and go out and deliver items to the police department, fire department. So it's, I thank them both, and I thank Lion Dory Hart and Lion John Hart. They have made turkey meals, holiday meals, and the tenants are just so appreciative and really miss it this year because of COVID, but we will definitely make up for that. And then other than that, I'm sorry, we have resources that we provide. We receive gently used equipment, in fact, practically new lately, of walkers and canes, and we have adult white canes that are brand new. We have youth white canes that are brand new. And anybody that calls and needs help, whether it's Lion or non-Lion, we provide that at no cost to them. All we ask is if they do not need the equipment anymore, for instance, the wheelchairs or walkers or anything like that, if they could return them. And 95% do not, because when they come and get it, they really do need it for a long term. We also have Merlin machines that are, of course, I don't know, I'm sure everybody's familiar with the visually impaired, where they can actually magnify and look on the screen, maybe a book or a paper, or do their own bills and be able to look at their mail. We provide those services free, and we just ask, of course, bring it back or just keep it. We don't ask. So, and as far as for the Lions, we provide a small or large group. I know a lot of the Lions we're using those facilities. We do have a large conference room with internet that they can use at no cost, or if you just need a small room, we do provide those meeting rooms for the Lions. And so when things get up and going, please remember that we're there. We've had a few cabinet meetings and conventions there. So it's for you to use. Other resources, we do the Canyon State Lion Publisher, and we're the information office. If individuals from everywhere call, or locally or out of state, we do direct them as to which club to go to. One thing I like to mention is that the Lions Foundation takes any multi-project that is given to them, whether it's from a club or the multiple district. We will do whatever it is that you need help with. So please use us as a resource. And the last thing, and proudly, is a legacy that the Lions Foundation of Arizona accomplished was to 43.91 acres that we provided and secured for the Lions of Arizona. It is a legacy that will remain forever, and we're very proud. It was a roller coaster ride. A lot of heartache and pain went through it, but the bottom line at the end of the day, it was achieved. So overall, the Lions Foundation of Arizona is the property managers of the property that is owned in the Phoenix, Tucson, Pine Top area. And that is everything in a nutshell. The donations we receive from Lions compensates any cash flow shortage that we get. So your donations are extremely important because it just fills in what we need. And I believe that's it in a nutshell. I don't know if I went over my 20 minutes or if I have more time. Brian?
Fine, and we're going to have question time at the very end for all the projects. But you did excellent. And I thank you for all that LFA does. And it's amazing how much they do to serve the community. And now we're going to leave nice, sunny Phoenix and Tucson, where it's nice and warm and friendly. And we're going to go to another friendly place that's not quite as warm, 4.5 hours northeast of Phoenix, called Arizona Lions Camp Tadia. And I'm going to turn this over to Lion Pam Swanson, who's the director of Arizona Lions, the director of the camp, Arizona Lions Camp Tadia. All yours, Pam. And while she's getting ready, you might want to get out your coat because it's cold up there. Pam, you are the presenter. Let me make sure.
It wouldn't unmute for me, sorry. Okay. Can you hear me?
We hear you. I believe you're the presenter.
All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about is Lions Camp Tadia. Our mission is to enrich the lives of individuals with emotional health, independence, self-esteem, and confidence. And to do that all free of charge, because the amounts of medical bills and needs that our campers have are extraordinary. So we don't want it to be a rich kids camp. To be quite honest, we want to serve all the kids and adults in Arizona that need an experience like Arizona Lions Camp. We do this by creating a community that empowers the individuals to grow socially, physically, and emotionally. And our major thing is that we believe everyone deserves to be accepted and loved and respected. In Camp Tadia, we really uphold the dignity of all individuals and at all times embracing their abilities by asking how we're going to do something instead of if. So when we're planning programs or we're doing things for camp, it's never about if they can do it, it's how we're going to make it happen. And so we do everything we can to make everything accommodated. Who we serve. So we start at age 7. Our school age sessions go 7 to 21 years because that's the same as the school. And then after that, they have to graduate. They are in separate sessions from our adults. So we have communities for the hearing impaired, learning disabled, orthopedically challenged, which is basically cerebral palsy, spina bifida, or any type of paralysis, things like that, but they're all mentally fine. And then we have intellectually challenged where they're physically fine, but they're intellectually challenged. And then we have sessions for multi-challenged who are both intellectually and orthopedically involved. We also serve the visually impaired through all of our orthopedically challenged sessions. We're going to show our trailer to our documentary so you can see the camp. Manly Films did a documentary about the camp in 2015, and it was in the film festivals in Phoenix and LA. If you would like to see the whole video, you can go to our website at camptadia.org, and then you can see the full 38 minutes. But right now it's just 1 minute, 8 seconds. Okay, Brian? While I'm waiting for him, I'll just say that, oh, there we go. You good? I hear nothing.
Live. Things like camp are so very important. It's a service that we're providing that is essential to them being strong in who they are. And I think that's priceless.
See, Brian, can you take that back so they can get the sound and see the camp?
Sure.
Thank you.
Sorry, I had some tech glitches.
No, it's okay.
Here it goes.
Felicity was born
Whoops, wait.
an
My
young
playlist went on.
child.
Hold on.
She was
There we go.
I think that our kids and our adults that come to camp, one thing that they find so wonderful about it is that they get to be social. They are very socially isolated, and that's basically because it's hard to incorporate them into the real world. They don't ever get seen going out to dinner or having a night out at the movies with friends or games or bowling or whatever. People don't have the patience, and it's really an injustice for anyone who is alive. Things like camp are so very important. It's a service that we're providing that is essential to them being strong in who they are. And I think that's priceless.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna talk for a little bit here. So what I really want to emphasize to you is who we serve. So there's really not a lot. Oh, pause. Thank you.
I got it. Sorry.
It's okay. There's not a lot of, we serve just about everyone. The only population that we don't go into are psychiatric. And that's because honestly, we're not trained. It's not what camp was about, but we do, we serve a whole spectrum. We have several children that come with autism, and they are among all different sessions. So the first time they come, they may come in our learning disabled or our intellectually challenged session, and then we kind of see what's best for them according to where they're at on the spectrum. So some of them come during our orthopedically challenged because mentally they're all fine. They're very high functioning. And then we have some that come into our multi-challenge session, do really well there. And we've been able to incorporate lots of kids on the spectrum there. We do G-tubes, we do catheters, we do suctioning, we do diapers. Really, people are always surprised. They're always like, oh, but they're in diapers, or oh, but we have to do this. Our staff is incredibly changed. We are incredibly trained. We have a weekend that we do in April down in the Valley for prevention and support, which is teaching our staff how to look for patterns and how to prevent any issues so that they learn how to look and handle the behavior and change it before it's an issue. We also train them in how to hold somebody if they needed to defend them or themselves or the camper. We don't ever, I think twice in the 26 years I've been director, have we ever had to restrain anybody. So that gives you a spectrum. They have to be intellectually 3 years old and understanding, because if you think of your average 3-year-old, they can tell you if they're hurt, they can tell you if they're homesick, they can tell you what hurts, that kind of thing. And they go all the way up. Our oldest camper ever was 100 years old. So that was pretty exciting. As long as they're healthy enough and they can handle the elevation, we are good. So now I'd like to get a little personal and really share with you one of our families. So we're going to go ahead and meet Felicity. And just, I want you to know how camp is truly essential to our campers and their families, which brings me to this environment that we set. And
Felicity was born like any other child.
Whoops.
She was actually walking and talking at the age of 10 months. And when she was 12 months, she was talking in complete sentences. And it was at this time that I had chosen to go back to work and had placed her in the care of a babysitter. And in that person's care, Felicity was injured. And so she lost her left hemisphere, she lost her right frontal lobe, and her right cerebellum. So she lost a large portion of her brain. She spent about 12 weeks in the hospital and then 3 months in a rehabilitation hospital.
That was a really difficult time when she was recovering. She spent about 4.5 days in a coma. We actually have a picture of our 2-year-old son at the time kissing his sister goodbye in a coma, so that if something happened, we could always tell him he said goodbye to her.
It was just very, very important that we just maintained who we wanted her to be. And so it was awesome. We hung a sign. We hung a Harvard sign over her bed. And so, because we just wanted words of just affirmation and joy and just hope and just what is going to happen in the future. And that is Felicity was going to grow up and just become an independent, positive person to be around. And so that's really what we wanted from her.
My wife tries to make sure that anything any child does in her grade level, her daughter has exposure to and opportunity to.
So one afternoon, a Saturday afternoon, my husband comes to me and says, Becky, Felicity's gonna get to go to camp this year. And I said, no, she's not. I have been searching for years for a camp that would in the city. I couldn't even find a day camp to send her to because of her special needs, that she had in a diaper and then being in a wheelchair. And so I had been looking and looking. And so when he came to me and said she's going to go to camp this summer, I said, oh, please, I don't.
There was a spot and we were able to get our daughter to the most wonderful experience of her life. When I think about the impact that Camp Tadia has made for our family and what your donation makes for our daughter. You. It starts with the care that was given to our daughter the second we drove in. We had 2 camp counselors who took the time for over an hour and 10 minutes to let us talk through every single moment of her day. She had someone who could care for her and nurture her in every way that she needs so that she didn't know she was away from home.
I am just so thankful for all those that gave to support this place, this amazing, wonderful camp.
To be able to send our daughter to a camp with a group of counselors who took such detailed care for her, allowing her to do things she wouldn't normally experience with us in life, and to see the smiles in every picture that they sent on Facebook made the difference that she literally cried, "I miss camp," as we turned off of the camp road to leave camp. So,
It happens.
your generosity to allow children like my daughter to go to camp is unmeasurable. She loved camp.
Yeah, Daddy.
Love you.
I Daddy.
I want you to just think about all the families that we've served since 1958, because that's how long camp has been serving. And I think that we, in essence, are family members to lots of family. And we work really hard to maintain our staff and to keep them so that when our campers come back from year to year, there's always somebody that already knows them, already knows their care, knows their parents, like the whole ball of wax. And I think it's important for you to also know, we focus, a lot of people will talk to you about what it does for the family, the week of respite, and how hard it is when you're a family and you're caring for somebody 24/7. And that is essential. It is beautiful what we do. We have some families who tell us, mom and dad will say, if it wasn't for that 1 week a year, I don't know if we would make it and still be married. But that 1 week every year gives us that time. And I think that's essential. But I think it's more essential to focus on our campers and the independence that we are able to provide them with, and challenging them to do the best they can, to do as much as they can themselves. Because imagine never leaving your parents' house and never having that independence, which many of our campers, probably, 60% of them are in that type of situation. So just know how essential it is. We get calls all the time about how we'll teach them something at camp that they've been working for years at home on. And they'll be like, how did you do this? And many times it's because, in all honesty, we didn't know they couldn't, or we didn't assume that they couldn't, And when you live with somebody day to day, we all know how we make accommodations for our children. And, there's certain things you're willing to put up with for a peace of mind or whatever. And then when somebody else has your child and they come back and they're like, oh, hey, they did this. And it's just beautiful to see the growth. So we're going to go on. What I want to talk about now is 2020. So lots of people are like, oh, okay, so you didn't have camp, right? Nope, we had camp. We reinvented ourselves and we provided service and held on to our staff. And that was our goal, so that we didn't lose our staff who knows how to take care of campers. So the special needs of most of our campers require intensive care, and we didn't want to start from scratch. That would just be horrible to try and find a whole new team. So we offered employment to anyone that was willing to sign a contract for 2021. And we had 21 takers, and all of them worked on what we called the Tadia Home Crew. And basically we each worked in our homes and we made videos for our campers. We did a Tadia talk show that we modeled after like the Ellen show. And we had guest artists and all kinds of things and interviews, and then past alumni staff. So campers would be like, oh, I remember them. And then on Mondays and Fridays, they would have the Tadia talk show. And Tuesday through Thursday, they had 4 videos, and they had lots to do or entertainment. So that's what we did on a daily basis. So every day we emailed 256 individuals with links to our videos, but then campers and families reported 400 to 550 people watching videos weekly. Many were sharing the videos with family, friends, and watching together. Several of our group homes that we had campers from group homes shared it among their homes and told us that there was like 300 people watching. So we served more people this summer than we've ever been able to serve. So YouTube in August reported 8,000 views on our 130 videos. And that was at the end of August. I have not checked it since. So I know it's gone up because the other day I was in there and it's like double. To give you an idea, we'll show you a spliced video of one of our staff doing a video. They're normally anywhere from 8 to 15 minutes, but we're just going to show you 45 seconds and just give you an idea.
Actually, a hair over a minute, but
Okay. Brady Bunch.
Hi guys, it's me, Sitlali, and I'm here to show you guys a new art project that I've actually been really excited to try out for myself since it's become really popular online, and that is decorating your denim jackets with paint. And I'm so excited because this is such a cool project, and you can really decorate it to match whatever aesthetic that you're into. And I mean, what's cooler than like getting to personalize like your clothing and wear it around? So I'm going to show you guys all the materials that we're going to need for this project since there are quite a few. So let's get into that. So for the materials, we're going to need a box, and this is going to help us stretch out our jacket and make sure that this panel here that we're going to paint on is super flat and has a flat. I'm going to try it on. Hey guys, and this is my finished jacket. I am so happy with how cute it turned out. I'm gonna try it on.
And if you didn't notice, it's our logo.
That's how it looks. I really hope you guys have fun making one of your own, and I can't wait to see what you guys paint on your jackets.
So we all know that imitation is the greatest compliment. So now we're going to show you one of our campers worked with his mom to make his own video and sent it to us. And he modeled it after our cooking videos. This is Jeremy.
My name is Jeremy, and make the breakfast sandwich is eggs, cheese, ham, eggs muffin, oil spray, with a I wash my hands. I eggs muffin into the toaster. So easy.
Len Byers has been coming to
Sorry.
the Arizona Lions Vision Centers.
Okay. So after surveying our families about their opinions for this season, our board and administrative staff just made the unanimous decision that camp will be staying online for this season again. This summer, we will have the same staff, but we'll be working on site. So the American Camp Association got us in a 1B category because camps technically replace schools. So we can get our staff vaccinated before the season, but we couldn't
Pardon
get.
me, Pam, you're coming up on your time.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So anyway, we will be on site this summer instead. Okay. Brian, I got like 3 minutes. Okay.
You don't
Well-
have, you're running real, you're basically up against 20 minutes in just a second.
Okay. Lions Camp Tadia is a legacy that started in 1958. We're the longest serving state project in Arizona. We're very proud to be serving the entire state of Arizona for special needs kids and adults. And we're unique in that kids don't age out. They just move into adult sessions. Tadia every year has to raise over $650,000 to run camp. So while the land campaign was going on, we focused on raising funds from outside of Lions because Lion-wise, everyone was focused on acquiring the land and we didn't want to draw from the same places that the foundation was trying to raise land funds for. So we received 70% of our donations from the communities that we serve through grants and businesses outside of Lions. This has been true for the last 20 years. We've worked hard to weave ourselves into communities and persuade them to help us serve. The majority of that funding has come from grantors, and we've learned to rely on grant funding for operations, maintenance, and expansion.
Pam, you need to go much faster, please. I've got about 30 seconds.
To continue these donations, Lions Camp Tadia needs to have title to their land, and the grantors have been very clear that their funding requires us to be in charge of the project and what happens to it. They will not continue the current funding levels if Camp Tadia does not control its future. We're currently working with the foundation to figure out what number financially will make them whole as we understand.
I have about 10 more seconds.
The cost on the exchange. And we appreciate their assistance in handling the exchange and looking forward to moving towards Tadia ownership of the land so that we can maintain our funding and as landowners work with the town in regards to encroaching development so that we can protect camp and serve our campers. So that's all we got. Thank you so much. And we just love serving on your behalf.
Okay, thank you, Lion Pam. So we've been up to northern Arizona. We've gotten ourselves cooled off. But now we're going to go down from far northeast Arizona. We're going to drive about 6 hours and go down to far southeast Arizona, down towards Fort Thomas, where our friend Joe Montag is going to tell you, PCC Joe is going to tell you all about the Lions International Memorial, Melvin Jones Memorial. So Joe, take it away. Joe, we need to unmute you. Hang on a second. Okay, good.
Let's see. PowerPoint.
And we can see it, sir. There, oh, we just lost it. You had it on. There it is. We got it.
All right. Welcome to the Melvin Jones Project in Fort Thomas, Arizona. As Lion Brian said, I'm Lion Joe Montag. I'm probably the farthest way from Arizona than anybody that's sitting in your table because I'm in Dallas, Texas. So I'm one of the 3 outside directors for the Melvin Jones Memorial. And we started back several years ago, back in the 50s, where the Sanford Lions Club, let's see if I can get this. There we go. Started an idea of honoring the birthplace of Melvin Jones, which was Fort Thomas, Arizona, which is about 20 miles west of Safford, and many of y'all have been there. At least I remember some of the names anyway. In January, of course, in 1961, the International Board of Directors recognized that month as being Melvin Jones Month and Memorial Month for his birthday of January 13th, 1879. So we come out once a year and and have a rededication to Lionism. Closest to the 13th as we can get. And sometimes it's a little ways off. Sometimes it's, if it hits a Wednesday, we're always late or early. So anyway, as Melvin Jones once said, he said, dreams are the fool ideas of the day before yesterday, and they have become the commonplace of miracles today. So in 1965, in the finally erected spire was erected and dedicated to Fort Thomas. And then in June of 1999, Lions International Board gave the spire the recognition as an international shrine and project. So we rededicate ourselves each time, like I said, around the 13th. Usually the guest speaker, we have one, and it's the Lions International second vice president, if they can make it. The board, which meets the Friday before, we also meet by phone or virtual 3 other times a year, but the one time we meet together is the Friday before the rededication. And the board is consisting of, presently, 4 District 21N Lions and 4 District 21S Lions, plus 1 Safford Lion member, and 4 Lions from outside Arizona, which we at presently only have 3. We also have the current governors and 3 advisory members are non-voting members, but are invited to be at the board meetings. Right now, we have approximately 3.5 acres of land. We just purchased a couple of years ago 2.5 acres behind us of the present, where the present museum and spire
Joe,
was.
excuse me, your slides aren't changing. You might want to change your slides.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Let me hit that's what it looks like a few years ago. It still does, really. If y'all haven't seen it, that's what the spire is. And of course, in 2006, state of Arizona proclaimed the memorial as a historic site. And if these 2 pictures you see the museum and a luncheon area or picnic area. And up at the top right, that's what Fort Thomas looked like in 1879. And when I give a program, I always tell them if you took the buildings down, they still look like 1879. This is some of the stuff we have in the museum, scrapbooks and pictures of Melvin Jones and things that were sent to us or we acquired through donations. The sign up there is when the Safford Lions put it up and saying that was the future site of the memorial. And as I said, the board meetings on the Friday prior, Saturday's the rededication, and that was established in 1968. These are the last 3 speakers we've had. Dr. Chung, who was, all 3 have been, other than Haynes, will be president of Lions International. And as I said, we're on 3.5 acres. Presently, that's what it looks like now. We have cleared the back area of the 2.5 acres, and that was done mainly by volunteers. From Jim Warren, who's president, got volunteers to come out and literally dig up stumps, cut stuff, and burn everything up that had to be burned. To help us, we always need funds, just like all the other 2 charities and the next one after me. We're always looking for funds. We have one is the Vanguard program, and Vanguard program has helped develop the property into the museum and a Lions Culture Center. We also have plaques, personalized plaques that you can put up. These used to be bricks. We dug up all the bricks and redid them where they don't fade out and get eaten up by the soil. So if you got members in your club you'd like to honor, you can honor them with a plaque. Former members or past presidents or past secretaries or current secretaries or anybody, you can honor those. To get involved with the memorial, become a director. There's always 2 slots open for a 2-year directorship each year for election within 21. become a vanguard, like I say, plaque, promote the memorial at your club and district and state levels, and attend the rededication in January of each year. We'd love to see you at the rededication. And if you can't, visit the memorial. And there's a number when you get there you can call, and you can make Jim Warren drive 20 miles out to see you. These last part line, Brian, I have later, but these are the forms you use to become a director, and also a brochure, and also how to donate and all. But the biggest thing is we want to thank the Safford Lions Club. They are the mainstay of this organization because they help us with all functions, the functions out there that we have, maintenance we have out there, and everything. They're a great club to do, and I visit to them at least once a year, although I didn't get to this year. And also want to thank all the volunteers and donors and assisting in creating the memorial and all, and hopefully have a nice little Lions Culture Center there in the near future. That's about it. Now I'll take questions at the end and we can go from there.
Thank you much, Lion Joe. And if you do want to visit this wonderful place, if you're down south, you can go on our website and actually make a visit reservation. There's a form there, and you can request a visit. And then that way, our friends down south will be ready to have you come on in. You can say, I'll be here at this certain time, this date, and you can pre-plan your visit, which can make it a lot easier on your itinerary. And after you've left the memorial, you can go down to Thatcher, Arizona for lunch, because that's not the closest restaurant you're going to find.
One thing I will say, I drive 1,100 miles to come out to see it. Some of y'all are within 100 miles. Come see us.
So speaking of our driving here, we have driven from Central Phoenix all the way up to Prescott, Pine Top, then down to Fort Thomas. We've got our mileage in today, everybody. You got some different weather in. But now we're going to return to Central Phoenix, to 32nd and Roosevelt, to our executive director of the Vision and Hearing Center, Lion Jeanette Russell, who's going to tell you all about the Vision and Hearing Foundation now that we're back in nice warm Phoenix and we can defrost. So Pam, you're great. I'm doing well. I'm sorry, guys. Jeanette, you're up.
Okay, can you see my video?
We see your PowerPoint. We got it.
Okay, all right, because I can't.
You have a blank slide showing.
All right, hold on. I'm sorry. I apologize.
While she's setting up, guys, oh yeah, you're good to go. Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. It's good to see everybody and all the activity of everybody coming in to find out about our foundations. I think.
Excuse me, Lion Jeanette, you're using the old presentation. It doesn't have your logo on.
I know. I cannot get the other one to come up.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I have no. You're gonna have to apologize. I apologize. The ones with my pictures will not come up, and I don't know why. As I said, I want to thank everyone for having this opportunity, because a lot of times, as the Lions say, we're the best kept secret with all the nonprofits. The Arizona Lions Vision and Hearing Foundation decided to merge 3 years ago. The reason behind that was we were doing a lot of the same things over and over again. We were kind of working against each other. Arizona Lions Sight and Hearing was a foundation for the Lions of MD21. The Lions Vision Center was a club project. So we had two different things, but a lot of the things we were doing together, they were doing eye surgeries, they were doing hearing aids, they were providing recycled glasses. The Vision Center was doing eye exams and we were doing traveling and bringing glasses over to third world countries. So it was almost like a contradiction. Oh, you found it, Brian. Thank you.
I'm using it from my side. Just tell me when to switch slides.
Okay. So at that point, we decided after our boards talking that it would utilize the Lions better if we all got together and started working together as one foundation and just making it one larger foundation that we could actually come together and provide better service for the entire state with what we served the people with. Okay, next slide. One more. Brian. Whoops. It's not working. The new foundation was turning around, and we decided if we could go ahead and make these two organizations come together, we could provide so much better and maybe save a little bit money to give more to the public. So we ended up opening Arch 2 foundations with being able to do a full optical service for eyeglasses, eye exams. Last year we did 2,359. We did eye surgeries, and I don't have my thing on here. I think it was 30 eye surgeries, if I'm correct, because I have my old. Brian, you have my other one?
We just lost Jeanette Russell. She'll be back in just a moment, I hope. We'll pause this in the meantime. Come on, Jeanette. In the meantime, while we have the other three projects waiting, if you want to raise your little gold hand, you can ask questions of the other projects while we're waiting for Jeanette to return. If anybody's got a question, Lion Susan's hand just went up. Where is it? Lion Susan, I've unmuted you. Go ahead and ask your question. Jeanette's coming back in, but go ahead and ask your question while we're waiting for Jeanette to get with us. Susan, I've unmuted you. Go ahead and ask your question. I'm going to wait, Susan, to remute you. We'll go back to Jeanette. Jeanette, you can unmute yourself here. I've unmuted you. You should be able to talk to us now. Are you with us?
Right. Yeah, I apologize. I have no notes in front of me because I cannot see either one now. I don't know what's going on. My point before all this is that together with these two organizations, we're able to provide so much more service. We've got the hearing aids, recycled and new. People are able to donate them. They're refurbished. They're given to people that have no income to afford an expensive pair of hearing aids. Because of the Mel Clack Foundation, which was given to the sight and hearing area to be able to provide surgeries and oversee the funding for the Yavapai County, we're able to provide surgeries. We have all the vision areas. We have the eyeglasses, full eye exams. We do over 2,000 a year. This past year, because we were closed for a month for COVID, but we were able to go forward on that. We have done all the recycles. We have Karen Price, I think it was 150,000 pairs of recycles. On my pictures, if they're up with Brian, because I can't see some
The
of those
next one
pictures.
is Little Richie.
Okay, Little Richie was started by the Mesa Host Lions Club, and as they decided to close down, they were asked the sight and hearing area to take over that fund, and they provided prosthesis for both his eyes. He was born with no eyes. There's enough funding left to be able to go ahead and provide eyes as he gets older because the size will make a difference, so he'll be able to provide with that. Go ahead to the next one, because I don't know what you're looking at.
Vision Center, 1962.
Okay, the Vision Center was actually started in 1962 by a Lions Club that wanted to just provide glasses for the people that were visually needing glasses, such students in schools mainly. Without those glasses, you have no education, and it started from there. We were small. We started out with maybe 150 a year for glasses, so we've expanded so much. The Lions Sight and Hearing Foundation started in 1974. So both of us have been providing these services for so long. And it's gotten to a point where we can grow bigger and bigger. I am proud to say that barring COVID, because we put it at a standstill, we're planning on opening a complete hearing area in our foundation. So this way people can come get the hearing tests here instead of going to another audiologist. We will be working with ASU students that are studying for audiology and their instructors, and providing the hearing aids and any kind of other testing that needs to be done for that. So we're really proud of that. That's one of our major projects, as I said, that has been held back because of the simple fact that COVID has not let the students come out through the health department. What's the next one, Brian?
The need to merge to better serve the state.
Okay, I already spoke about that. So go down.
2018, a new foundation was formed. Keep going.
Okay, so now, with that, now the merger, all these things are coming to pass where we can do a lot more at a bigger quantity. And I can see nothing but it going much further. There's great possibilities within our foundation. Even with us having the COVID, we are booked straight through the end of March in the vision area. Joan Williamson is getting calls and applications for surgery. She's getting calls and applications for hearing aids. So working together, it just makes a lot more sense. And half the Lions did not even know that we were separate entities. They all thought we were one anyways. So it kind of makes life a lot easier for everyone under that circumstances. What's the next one?
List of services.
Okay, I think.
And I got to step away for 1 second. I'm sorry. It's an emergency. Sort of.
What I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to read you some of the services that we have. Full optical service. Oh, here's my counts. 2,359 this last year. Eye surgeries, hearing aids, new and used, vision screening for the schools, reporting to KidSight USA for all the screenings, supplying spots machines for Lions throughout the state, members of the board of Eyes on Learning to help make sure that the Lions are aware of any laws passing in the state of Arizona pertaining to screening, receiving and sorting eyeglasses, receiving used hearing aids, Lions sorting of eyeglasses and hearing aids. 150,000 last year were received and sorted, and it was slow because of COVID. So I would say at least another 200 to 250 glasses would have been provided if it wasn't for COVID. Our mobile unit has been expanded. As you know, we had an old unit from years back, a 1977 mobile unit, and now we got one 6 years ago, brand new one with all the support of the Lions, and I want to thank each and every one of them. It goes to all the rural areas of the state, providing vision exams and surgeries or whatever else is needed at the time, plus glasses. They have the Arizona Ophthalmologic Society helps sponsor it, so we do not pay for any ophthalmologist that's on that mobile unit. That mobile unit also goes to the Coliseum, and we do the veteran stand down every end of January, and in December we do UMOM, doing all the help with all the eyeglasses for the homeless. So I want to thank all of them that have participated, because we have so many Lions that come to participate in all this. But when it comes down to it, with all your support, all this goes back into hearing, vision, surgery, recycle. So all those little recycled glasses that you get that you don't know what you're doing with and you want to throw out, remember, those will go to a third world country, and they will help provide vision for someone that cannot read to have an education or to work. So it's a very, very worthy thing that you do when you give any donations of hearing aids and glasses, because they are all used.
And you're showing the eyeglasses being sorted right now on the pictures.
Oh, okay, all right. I think those, and that was you, Mom, I think was up at top, and the bottom one was the Coliseum, or the other way around. And
I was
that's a
showing,
picture of our mobile unit.
we're showing the sorting pictures with the kids.
Okay, and that's with the Leos. They're in their US Leo's Forum was in Phoenix a year ago. And that was the sorting. They came to the foundation and did that. Is there anything else then?
Here's the you mom in the truck.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm sorry about this mess. I don't know what's wrong. I can't even see any of you. I really apologize. I'm sorry. I do want to thank you for all your support over the years. And for those of you who do not know, I am retiring in about 2 weeks after 27 years. And I want to thank you for all the support that you've given us over the years. And also, I still will be around as a Lion. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I apologize. I had to run away. I've not been off the machine in about 6 hours, and I didn't have any help tonight, so I had to step away. My sincere apologies. Okay, so we heard from all 4 of our wonderful projects, LFA Tadia, Melvin Jones Memorial, and Vision. Now it's time for questions. The first one is from Susan Marquis. She actually wrote me one. The rest of you can go ahead and raise your hands. I'll call on you. She's asking Melvin Jones Foundation, what are you planning to do with the additional acreage you purchased and cleared? That one's for Joe.
Okay, if everybody can hear me, the main reason we got the 2.5 acre, one of the reasons is US Highway 77. Our property line is our fence line on the front, and our property line on the river frontage road is on the fence line. And the county and the state DOT is planning to remove that and make those roads and highways wider. So we needed parking as one, but there's some other plans we're going to add in there for hopefully overnight camping for Lions that would like to come and visit and be docents or whatever. And we have to there's a whole bunch of construction work that has to be done. But first of all, we have to clear the land, which we're doing now, and then plan out how we're going to put the parking in and the rebuilding.
Are there any more questions? Raise your hand up, please, and we will answer your questions. I'm not seeing any questions. You also can write them if you wish. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to think. I got to step away one more time. I apologize. Take a moment, think about your questions. You want to ask about volunteering. I'm hitting the unmute, so you're welcome to speak up. I've unmuted, hopefully, everybody. You're welcome to ask questions, and I will step away. I'll be right back.
You put it on.
Joe Monday.
Yes.
I have a question. Joan Williams. I have a question for you. You say that on the Vanguard you can make payments at quarterly, and it has to be done in one complete year.
It has to be done within a year, but it is quarterly.
Thank you. Eddie, it's Joan. I have a question, something that I didn't know. The Arizona Center for the Blind, you said, has now put in a hearing. What are they doing there? Are they just working with hard of hearing, or do you know exactly what they're doing? You're muted, Eddie.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So what they did is they actually have added staff to be able to communicate, to give them sources as far as jobs. She is an exceptional teacher. Her name is Virginia, and the Lions Foundation actually had a relationship with her since way back when the Valley Center of the Deaf was one of our tenants. So that is something they added, and they're doing very well with that. But if I could add something, just out of respect to another tenant that I failed to mention, is iFix. What iFix does is provides prosthetic eyes from children to adults. And what I didn't know is that the eye socket of the child grows, so therefore they continuously need to get a new prosthetic eye. So he is an exceptional person, very artistic. Looking at his work, you would never, ever tell this individual, child or adult, had a prosthesis eye. Of course, he practically gives his services for free. So I wanted to add that to it, but that is another organization that helps. And I can add one more thing, if I can. About 50 years ago, which we actually celebrated the anniversary of the Talking Braille Books Library that is across the street from the Foundations complex. The state had come to us years ago, and Dave Lambert, Lion Dave Lambert, was a big part of that. Everybody knows has passed away, a very great lion. But the state had come to us and had asked if the Lions Foundation would build a 2-story building, soundproof room, so that they could make tapes for the blind. So what we did is we said yes, and till now it is across the street from the foundation. They serve numerous individuals, and they have now added Braille books to it. But that is something the Lions of Arizona should be very proud of, is that you were part of that, and it continues. And the reason they wanted that location, and the reason our tenants like the location we're in, is because it is centrally located, and there's actually 5 bus stops. So it makes it very feasible to have the customers come and be in those locations. So thank you for allowing me to have more time, but I think that is extremely important that you know that.
Well, this is, I'm muting everybody down. You can unmute yourselves. Presenters, you can go ahead and unmute. I'm muting everyone down again. Yeah, the time, this is question time, so it's a little more open in terms of how long you need to answer, but I want, please ask questions, raise your hand, the little gold hand, or you can submit them by writing. I apologize. That's when you get when I'm on my own, and I didn't get a break for the last 5 hours, so I apologize sincerely. I've unmuted all the presenters, I believe. So if you have a question, please raise your hand, or you can do it in writing, and you can raise your hand with the little button on your controls. If you're not sure, I'll show you how to raise your hands, because I'm sure there's a lot of questions. You have a lot of chances to volunteer for the different organizations, projects. There's a lot you can do. Right here, if you need to see it, I will show you just to save you the time. I'm not going to run the actual slide. I'm just going to bring it up. But right here is your little hand raising button right here. The bottom one, like a little gold hand. If you're on the web version, you've got a hand. You can, I see some hands are up. It's working. Yay. Okay, I'm going to go right down the line with Chris Gibbs, then Katrina, then Joan, then Muriel. So Lion Chris, I have unmuted you. Please ask your question. You're self-muted. Please unmute yourself.
Well, no, I didn't self-mute. I unmuted and then you muted me. So
just go ahead and ask your question.
I just want to say, like always, I really appreciate everybody who tunes into this. But honestly, you're almost all the same faces.
we need to get some other faces on these screens, some people that are new and different. I don't want to say you're all old faces, but we do need to get some new ones on there, guys. So tell everybody that this kind of works. I know that we've all kind of had a bad time with this whole COVID thing.
Yeah, but Chris, the feedback like that is what we have the survey for also.
And
This is
I
for questions
appreciate
for
it.
the projects. And I do see quite a few people I've not seen before who are part of this, actually. I have the list, and I'm actually pretty impressed. I did focus, hello guys, Debbie and Bruce. I did actually send out invitations specifically to all the new clubs and had the GMTs focusing on all the new Lions and they attempt to get them here. Lion Katrina, you're next. I've unmuted you. You need to unmute yourself, then Lion Joan, then Lion Muriel so far.
Can you hear me? Did I do that
can't,
right?
Katrina. Yes, gotcha.
So thank you guys for inviting me and having me on. I really appreciate this. And I really enjoyed learning about all of the different areas and projects and what you all do. My question is, I took a lot of notes and I learned a lot more. And my question for you is, what would you say are your biggest needs? And I guess that's directed at kind of each one of you. Maybe just give me one or two of your biggest need in your organization, in your part of the organization.
I'm going to go right down my list. Lion, to give each about 10 or 15 seconds. Lion Eddie, you go first quickly, please.
I guess the biggest need is to get the word out, what Lions Foundation does to everyone, and whether it's Lions or non-Lions. And then if possible, I know it's difficult, but to donate whatever you can, whenever you can, to kind of help us with the short cash flow we may run into. But at the end of the day, I just need you to get the word out. So I thank you.
Outreach
Lion
is
Pam, you're next. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
No, it's okay. Outreach always seems to be a big a hurdle, and with outreach comes donations. So I appreciate that. Okay.
Lion Pam, you're next, please.
Okay. For Camp Tadia, I would say the same, like Eddie hit it on the head. I think just as a nonprofit right now going through this time, whatever you can do, obviously for donations is great, but also how much you appreciate, the actual work.
Pam, you're muted. I don't know why. I just lost you. I'm not sure what happened.
Also, we need board members.
Board members. Okay.
Yeah. And if you like, you can email me or call me and I talk to you more about that.
Okay.
And all projects have boards of directors. Lion Pam, as long as you're talking in general, the board of directors for any project does what? In general.
Oh, I
for
mean,
any project.
you're advocating for the project that you're working with, and so you get a very intimate knowledge of what is done and whatever. With us, it's like we meet monthly, but now we're pretty much all meeting online, minus one time that we meet at camp in the summer. You have to do at least 2 fundraisers a year, things like that. But you're going to be meeting with clubs and discussing them. Right now, that's all online, so it's very easy as well.
Okay, thank you.
So all projects have a board of directors. You definitely need it to volunteer. I'm putting a link in the chat box in a moment where anybody can click that link, goes to our website, and there are links to all 4 of the project websites where you can find out more about their directors and their terms, because that's really important. Next one on the list, Lion Joe, what is your project's needs?
Well, as most of everybody that just said is the same thing. We need the funding. That's like all of them. But we need the participation. We have openings on the board that didn't get filled 2 years ago. They're coming up for re-election, and we need 4 new board meetings, 2 from each district. So, if you got the time and can give it, it's great we need to see you there. We need volunteers just to help. I know Safford is not exactly in the middle of the state, but it's not that bad a trip to get there. Somebody said about what the responsibilities are. One is if you are a board member, attend the board meeting, whether virtually, in person or whatever. Promote your foundation. It doesn't matter what foundation you own, you need to promote that foundation. Attend your cabinet meetings, your district meetings, your state meetings, even outside your state, which I do. And you'd be surprised how many of what I'm saying everybody says. If you're on the board, you make presentations to the clubs. When we're finally open again, I'm hoping that all our directors, doesn't matter which foundation you own, but they go out and give programs and let the Lions know who they are. Barbara Daly's not on here a while ago. She said y'all had 300 and some odd new Lions this year so far. I don't know how many drops you had, but if it's like Texas, it's or my district, you have 300 lost and you have 298 or 400 that disappear. You have about 25% of your Lions being replaced every year. They have no idea what your foundation's about. And the only way you can do it is communication and the directors going in, take the responsibility and driving to those clubs and giving a presentation and asking for funding.
Lion Joe, thank you. That's a great answer. And Lion Janetta, what does Vision and Hearing need on their
Vision
want
and
list?
Hearing, of course, needs funding like everyone else, and of course does need board members with the new board members that are coming up. A lot of our first term, 1-year terms are up, and we're going to need help with that. Financially, the biggest problem I have, and I have trouble getting this through to the Lions, we have the children, we have the glasses. It gives you a warm and fuzzy, but we have the working poor adults that have no insurance at all. Even when they had the Obamacare, there was no vision included. These people, I'm sitting on, Joan Williamson can tell you, I'm sitting on all kinds of applications for people who need glasses so they can work. They can't keep a job because they have no vision, but trying to get donations that could be designated for that would be wonderful. Most of the hearing, we've always need a little bit of help. The surgeries, of course, we need help, but we do appreciate everything the Lions are doing. And please, if you can be a board member, by all means, come in and be a board member, because it's a great way of finding out how all the Lions function.
Thank you, Lion Jeanette. And by the way, the reason they keep mentioning money, another thing to remember is there's a lot of time funds that if you donate, they have grant and things or matching or different things they're connected to where they can get more bang for their buck using your money to buy something, kind of like the food banks, where they can get a lot more items of food if you give them cash and if you give them 100 pounds of food. So when you're giving money, it's going quite a ways further sometimes than actual items. Of course, the items are important too. Don't get me wrong. Thank you, Lion Katrina. Lion Joan, your hand was up. I noticed that. And Lion Joan, I'm going to go ahead and ask you. You're self-muted. You need to unmute yourself. There you go. You're muted.
I have a very simple question for Lion Eddie. The Arizona Center for the Blind was hearing that. Is there any way that the vision and hearing can help them? Would our hearing aids be of any use? Or can you put me in touch with somebody that I can talk to see what needs they may have or what they can use us for?
Actually, they've been a good partner with the Lions Vision Center for many years, because their doctor who does low vision screening refers them to you guys to provide glasses and all that. As far as the hearing aids, I have no problem working with them to talk to you and get you together with that. That's an excellent idea. They are working on a skeleton crew right now, but they are working remotely. So I have no problem getting a hold of them and zooming in and talking to them or getting on the phone. But Joan, I will definitely do that for you. No problem.
Thank you.
Okay, before I get to Muriel, it's mentioned several times about like you can visit Melvin Jones. You can visit any one of the projects or our project. You can contact Jeanette and Eddie for their 2 projects. They give awesome tours. Pam, Tadia has open houses. Plus, if you're in the neighborhood, you know, in the spring or whatever, you can reach out to Pam and she can probably arrange for our property manager to show you the property. So any of these projects can be visited by Lions so you can learn more. And I want you to remember that. It's really important. I've had the pleasure of being at all 4 of them. And I'll tell you, the tours are incredible.
If I could say
the next-
something, can
Sure,
I say
Eddie.
something real quick?
Go
Just
ahead.
to let you know, we've had many tours at the Phoenix location, people visiting Leo's and past international directors, and they were amazed that the Lions Foundation is the only organization that they know of that has this type of facility and offers this. We're not familiar with any other Lions out in the different states that provided this. So be proud of it, get a tour. It's your property, you own it. You're always welcome. Thank you.
And the tours are incredible. I'm telling you, you hear about what we're talking about tonight. To go there and see the things that they couldn't talk about yet because of the details, it's incredible. I strongly advise it. Lion Muriel Stevens, you're up next. I've unmuted you.
This is for Joe Montague. Have you or the board made any decisions on how we can ensure that we have a presence at the International Convention, even though it's virtual? We missed the opportunity for the USA-Canada Forum. And I think that our memorial is so important that we need to get there.
I can answer on both those questions. On the USA Canada Lions Forum, they gave me 2 weeks to get it all done, and then they waited a week to give me the parameters. There was no way to get the parameters done in time to get the USA Canada Forum. We have been at the USA Canada Forum for the last 3 years, other than this last year, in person. So we do have a present USA Canada Forum. The Lions International Forum, I know that it's going to be virtual this year from Lions International, but I have not done any checking point, or any of the board has been done any checking on whether or not we can do something virtually as an exhibit or a PowerPoint or whatever we can do on international level. I'll have to check with them. And right now, getting hold of Lions International sometimes is very hard because of the virus and all.
I will appreciate any efforts that you make. Thank you.
But who asked the question? Because I didn't see a face.
That was Lion Muriel Stevens.
Okay, Merle.
Okay, I have more room for questions. Get your hands up, ask more questions. You have some very knowledgeable people here. And if you have questions, okay, let me see. Oh, Farhana, our soon-to-be second vice teacher governor for 21 North. I've unmuted you, Farhana. You need to mute yourself. You're self-muted. Go ahead, you're on.
Thank you, everyone. So many people ask for the eyeglasses boxes that we used to have here and there, and they used to bring their used eyeglasses, but these days people cannot find it. So how do you want to do that? Like the foundation take care of it, or the district should be taking care of it, or should we empower the clubs to do something about it?
Joan?
I'll go ahead and answer that. We have made our own boxes before, and we have a few, but they were very expensive going through international. Joan Williamson, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was very costly. So the Sight and Hearing ended up making them. I would have to give you a cost out of them because I'm not sure what the cost was, but we started making some of them rather than go to international. It was cheaper.
Yeah. So no, my point is, like, do we have stations and the collection process going on? Because people say they do not see it anymore.
All right, first of all the donated glasses can go to Walmart. Any Walmart will accept them, and most of the Walmart stations have boxes that say Lions International on them. Other than that, they can go to most of the private doctors. The Lions usually ask to put their boxes in there, and they do it with optometrists and ophthalmologists.
Thank you, Lion Farhana. John, I think there's also some clubs that have created their own collection metal boxes up in Prescott, like a mailbox you can drop glasses in or hearing aids. I believe I saw an article about that. So clubs can create collection boxes also, the way I understand it. Macbeth, you were next, and then Joan then Joan, then Bobby. So, Lion Macbeth, glad to have you with us. Please ask your question. You need to unmute yourself, please. You're unmuted.
Okay, I just wanted to wish Jeanette Russell good luck and enjoy your retirement. And I know we will get together sometime and celebrate your retirement. I just want to know who's gonna take your place.
That's the best kept secret. We'll let you know.
Oh, okay. It's still a secret now, huh? Okay.
Yes,
See you.
ma'am.
Okay. Love
Thank
you.
Love you too.
And Macbeth, February 12th at noon is when we're having the online virtual retirement party. Next person is Lion Joan Williamson, then Lion Bobby Ravenkamp. Lion Joan, I've unmuted you, but you're self-muted.
Okay.
There you go.
I just want to respond to the question on the eyeglass boxes. We order those from a company, and it's a lot cheaper than going through LCI, but there is a charge of $6 a box. And as far as donating them, any Walmart supercenter who has a vision department has a box for donations. And a lot of the individual Lions clubs pick them up from the Walmart store Vision Center. But if they don't, then the Vision Center sends them to their warehouse in Nevada. And then about once every 2 months, we get a shipment of anywhere from 1 pallet to 6 pallets from Walmart. And that's what our volunteers do with counting and sorting. And they go to alert, they go to third world countries. So if you need a box, give us a call and we'll see about getting one for you. But there will be a charge. We can't fund it ourselves. Thank you.
Thanks, Lion Joan. Next one up here is Lion Bobby Ravenkamp. I've unmuted you, Lion Bobby. PC.
Yes, I'm talking about the boxes. My experience in Globe has been many of the places, we had like 12 boxes out. And all of them have taken them away during COVID because they didn't want to have contaminated glasses in their workspace. This included the optometrists that we've been dealing with. We have 1 box remaining, and that's at the post office. It always seems to be empty. The comment was made that, well, at least somebody's taking them and using them. They're donated. So we're trying to figure out how to get the word out to people that we'll come collect if you want to give them to us. But until the pandemic is over, I think we have to rethink how we collect glasses, other than those of you who have the luxury of a Walmart that gives them to you. That's what I had to say.
Thanks, Lion Bobby. Don't forget, everybody, you can always contact the foundation to volunteer as a club. Case in point, Vision Center has sorting parties once COVID's gone, and you can come as a club and help sort glasses. Tadia, when things clear up, we have our work weekends, and you can call as a club, contact Pam or even me on the board, and we can get you to Pam, and she'll tell you what work needs to be done on a certain weekend in the spring, and you can go up there and do work. I'm sure Melvin Jones would love to have some help at their memorial with raking and cleaning and getting things ready, especially for the yearly rededication. And LFA is always probably could use help at their properties. There's a lot of chances for clubs to reach out and say, how can we volunteer? How can we get to know your projects? Jeanette Russell's hand is up, actually. Lion Jeanette, you've already been unmuted because you're a presenter, so go ahead.
I didn't realize I did. I apologize.
Did you have something? Go ahead and talk. You're the presenter. You're one of the people if you have something to add. Lion Rosemary, your hand is up. Here we go. Then Jeanette's up again. Lion Rosemary, I'm unmuting you.
No, I would just, oh, can you hear
Lion
me?
Rosemary, you're on. Yes, you're on. Go, hello.
Yes. Okay. I think for me, it's to thank all the presenters tonight, and also would like to invite the club. It is really good idea to invite, different people from the different state projects to visit the club through Zoom. So it's more, one-on-one, and they will really get to know the club. And also the state projects can really also do a presentation to the different clubs, especially to the new clubs. I would like to invite you, and you can call on them and see if you can visit their club meetings.
The boards love that.
That's
You
all.
have the link to the website where you can go to any of the club project websites and reach out to them, and they love to come speak.
Yeah.
All of them have a ton of board members, so it's very easy to divide up the speaking engagements. Pam loves to go speak. Jeanette, Eddie loves to come speak. Joe's out of town, but we have people in Arizona who are LFA board, such as Dave Roberts and Sandy down south, and people who will come speak to your clubs.
Lion
So we
Brian,
can certainly do
I'll
that.
be glad
Yes,
to do it I can do it virtually just as well as anybody else. So
and Joe can do it virtually.
Yep.
So definitely invite the clubs to speak. Okay, we have some more hands that are up. Rosemary, your hand is up again. Did you have more to say?
No.
Okay. Lion Sandy Schiff, your hand is up, sir. I've unmuted you. Good to hear from you. Sandy, you're up. You need to unmute yourself, buddy. Sandy, you're
Hello?
still muted. You got to unmute. There you
Hi,
go,
there you
Sandy.
go.
There you are.
Thanks, Lion Brian, and thank you to everybody that presented tonight. I just want to say, if anybody wants to attend a board meeting, since most of them for right now are virtual, where do you all post your board meeting scheduling if we wanted to attend? If anybody or all the Lions, like I can go back to my club and say, here's where you go and here's where you find out if you want to attend, or if we want to invite somebody from the projects to attend our club meetings because we're virtual. I think that would be good to know tonight. Thank you.
That's a good idea. So if your projects want to send me your postings for your boards, I can put them up on the main website on the calendar with links to attend. I'd be happy to do that. That's a great idea, Lion Sandy. Who else has questions? We have a little more time here. We said we want to end at 8 o'clock. So we have a little more time here. We can always end early, but God forbid a Lions event should end early. Any more questions? We have time for more questions. Any of the projects are here. They want to tell you about themselves. We got a question from Chris Gibbs from down there in Safford. Hello, Chris.
Okay,
You're
so
up.
it's not really a question about any projects. I just want to know what the heck that is behind Joe Montag. Okay, it is a picture. I'm sorry. It just looked weird. Sorry about that.
That is the logo that the Dallas Oak Cliff Lions Club uses for their shirts and all. And I was the convention chairman again in 2019 for our state convention with our council chairman, John Landrum. And I ended up doing a bunch of the programs, and I hijacked a copy.
Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up pretty shortly. I'm seeing no more hands up. I appreciate everybody who has stayed. Don't forget you're going to have a survey. Let's do this. I'm going to go in reverse order. I'd like to have our 4 projects give one last brief statement of what you want to be remembered about or one last thought from each project? We'll go backwards from Jeanette Russell first. Jeanette, you need to unmute yourself.
I would like
There
to
you
thank everybody for their continued support to the Vision and Hearing Foundation. We've got a long way to go. We've got a lot of promises and things coming up. Remember, our motto is we serve, and that's what we're all about. So please don't forget us when you think about helping people, please.
Thanks, Lion Jeanette. That's a great point. And Lion Joe from Melvin Jones Memorial, your last couple thoughts.
Kind of the same thing. We'd like to see you come out to Memorial when we do have a function out there. We need your support, whether it be a directorship, a vanguard, or a plaque, or whatever. If you have anything that you need done, I mean, like I said, if you like to have a program at your club, be glad to do it virtually. And sometimes I like to get out of town. If you're having a meeting, I'll drive 1,100 miles or more to do a meeting.
Thanks a lot, Lion Joe. Lion Pam and Camp Tadia, your last thoughts.
I think I just want the family that we showed the video of just for that to stay with you so that you know what an incredible difference you make through the camp. And just thank you for all of your support, and just things like this don't exist without people like Lions. So
Beautiful. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep going.
no, just thank you. Thank you for doing what you do. Also, shout out for PDG Marie, because she helped us to finish one of our houses last year when we had no money to fix it up. And she donated a bunch of stuff for us. And I just want to give her kudos, and like, it just wouldn't have happened without you. So thank you.
And Lion Eddie, your last thoughts for the evening. I got you on my finger on you here.
I just want to thank everybody for having me speak today. It was great. This is a great setup. And one thing we need to remember is that we have one thing in common, and that is we all care. We care about people. We care about our community. And that's one thing that will never separate us. So thank you once again.
And I want to thank you all, our panelists. I want to thank all you for attending. This will be a quarterly event. Instead of having them spending 5 little tiny minutes at our council meetings, we're going to do this night every quarter, so you know what's going on every quarter, and we keep our amazing projects in front of you, because these projects are who we are. This video will be up on YouTube. Your clubs will be able to share it. And I want to thank everybody. Please do the survey. I need to know your feedback, so we're going to meet up, the 4 of us and Barb, and look at what we want to change for the next one to keep this exciting for you all. So thank you all for attending. Have a wonderful, warm, dry, safe, and healthy evening, and a safe drive home.
Thank you, Brian. You did a great job. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. My great pleasure.